Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we'll be talking about how I got my Canadian passport within 3 months of application. So in this video, you'll get to know all about the timeline, what I did right, what I did wrong, any tips and tricks that you could also follow, and timeline for 2024 so you can get your Canadian passport as soon as possible as well. So let's just get into the video. So first things first, when did I land in Canada? I landed in Canada on my PR in May 2020 amidst of the COVID and whatever the world was facing during that time. I might just post some pictures where I was traveling fully covered with my mask and gloves and all of that from the United States. So I used to live in US before. That's a separate video on when, why, and how I moved to Canada. But let's just start from the start. May 2020 is when I moved to Canada from the US, and then I became eligible for my citizenship on 23rd September 2023. So tip number one is that I had all my documents prepared before the day I was eligible so that I can right away file for my application. So I completed 1095 days. That's like about 3 years that you're supposed to stay or live in Canada before you can apply for your citizenship. So that's what I did. I completed that in September 2023. So let's say 23rd 24th September 2023 is when I logged in my file, and then after one complete month, October 26th 2023 is when I received my AOR. To those new applicants, AOR is a letter that will be sent from the IRCC stating that they have received your application. So once you receive the AOR, that's when the timeline would start. So 26th October 2023 is when I received my AOR. And what happened is, on the same date, I was actually requested to provide an FBI clearance document. Not sure if you are able to hear me. There's so much wind ongoing and it's super windy today. I'm so sorry about that, but it got too windy outside and I just had to rush back home in order to record the next section of the video. I was feeling way too cold outside, so I just came back home. So let's just start where I left off. So on the same day, I received my AOR. On October 26, 2023 was the day I got a request to submit additional clearance document, which was from United States of America. So I used to live in the US before, and so that's the reason they asked me to submit that additional document. Now, in your case, if you have not lived in Canada more than 5 years or from the past 5 years, then you might also be required to submit another another clearance document, police clearance document from whichever country you have migrated from. So if suppose you moved to Canada, like let's say 3 or 3.5 or 4 years back from India, then in that case you'll have to submit a police clearance from India or whichever country you have traveled or migrated from. So in my case, I moved from United States. I had to give them a US FBI clearance document. Now, as I said, I was kind of prepared for this, so I already had my FBI clearance document. So that's what I did right, and I submitted that right away on the same day of the request. I uploaded that document and sent it through. Within like a week, on November 2nd, my background verification was completed. So I would always so once you receive your AOR, that's when you can start your application tracker. So that's another account or a kind of a link that you can just go in, log in, and provide your details. Your UCI ID as well as your password is something that you will need to log into that, and then that's where you can track all of your application. Okay, so once, and that can only happen once you receive your AOR. So once you receive your AOR, just create that account and get that done. I can just paste a link in the description below so that you can just go to it right away and register yourself if you have already received your AOR. So that's where I saw on November 2nd the background verification was completed. And then on November 10th, so after like 5 business days, I would say 5 to 7 business days, I got a request for my citizenship test. Okay, and I was given a time from November 10th to November 30th, so 20 days to get prepared and get my citizenship test done. Now in my case, I was actually traveling and I was not in the country during that period of time, so I had to send over an email stating that I am outside of the country and I would like to reschedule my test. So if you are okay to write the citizenship test outside of the country, you can always request. You'll have to always inform the IRCC that you're not in Canada and you want to appear for the test outside of the country. They might allow you to do that, but in my case, I was really having my vacation time and I did not have time to study for the citizenship test. And to be honest, was I was not prepared that it would be so quick that I will get a citizenship test request. When I used to look at the processing time online, I saw that it's taking about 8 to 9 months. So I wasn't prepared that it would be so quick for me. So in my case, as I was outside of the country, so I just requested to reschedule. And on December 13th, is when I got another second request of getting my citizenship test done, and I was given a time of 1 month this time. From December 13th to January 12th, I can appear any day and get my citizenship test done online. Now within the next 7 days, I prepared myself whatever time I had for the citizenship test, and then appeared on December 20th, and then I passed the test on that day. Okay, so I kind of wasted 1 month because I was outside of the country and I had to reschedule the test. But if you just look at that, I actually got the citizenship test request pretty soon. And if I would have just given that up, maybe I would have gotten this sooner. So now let's get into the next details. December 21st, I got another sections that were completed on my tracker, which were the prohibitions, physical presence, calculator. So whatever I've submitted, that was completed. So that was checked by the IRCC, and they said they marked it as completed, saying whatever I had said, that 1095 days I completed, and they have acknowledged it. As well as language skills, that was done as well. In the case of language skills, you can always use the IELTS or whatever language test you would have given during your PR application. I used the same thing, as well as I provided a copy of transcripts of my master's. My master's was from the US in the English language. So what I did was I provided that transcript as well as the VES evaluation that you would have to undergo during your PR application. So I gave them enough language skills ability proofs, and I did not write my IELTS again. So moving on, January 5th was the day I got a citizenship oath details request. So I got all the details in my email on January 5th itself, although my citizenship oath ceremony was on January 31st. Okay, so right on January 31st is I took my citizenship oath. So if you see the timeline from the October 26th, right when I received my AOR to January 31st, it was actually in 3 months. So that's my actual timeline. And then I got my citizenship certificate February 5th, right after a few days of taking my citizenship oath. So I opted to go ahead and get my citizenship certificate via email. So that's some of the questions that were pointed on my citizenship oath ceremony video that I had posted a few days back, that how exactly a citizenship certificate is received. Now during your application itself, you can actually fill in if you'd like to get a paper certificate mailed directly to your address, or you are okay with getting an email certificate which would be in your account for download. So the email certificate, that's the soft copy, that's what I opted for. That will be available to you within 3 business days after your oath ceremony. While if you opt for a hard copy, which comes in the mail on your address, it would take about 2 weeks for you to get that. So I opted for the soft copy, and I got that right away to download from my account. Okay. And then I did the passport application, and finally I received my passport. Now, I might have covered almost all of the questions here, but if you have any further questions, please do comment down below. The main reason I'm making these videos is to try to help as many of you as possible. Stay tuned for my next vlog, and I hope you all are safe and sound and healthy. Take care. Bye.